Good morning students of class 10. Today we are going to discuss about the military causes which led to the first war of independence. In earlier videos we have finished the political causes, then economic causes, then social and religious causes. Today we are going to discuss about the military causes and the immediate causes. Okay? Military causes. Under this topic, there were four different causes which angered the sepoys, and ultimately they declared war against the Britishers. So how this happens, just discuss one by one. The first cause under the military causes was poor prospects of promotion and low salary. It means that the Indian soldiers, though they were very capable, but still they were not promoted to higher posts. Yes, they were just below to the rank of the British soldiers. Yes, so in this way we can see there was superiority complexion by the British sides, and there was inferiority. It came in the Indian army. Yes, because the Indian soldiers were not promoted to the higher post. They just only could reach to the post of Subedars. Yes, so this angered the soldiers. They thought that despite of being capable, they were not allowed to hold the higher posts in the military services. Yes, and they were also given very poor salary. Yes, by just this example we can understand. Suppose a newly recruited British soldier is there, and the another person who is Indian and who is a Subedar in the military. So both persons at that time got the same salary. Yes, so the Subedar was a higher rank than just merely a soldier, but still both were given the same salary. Yes, so just we can understand that how badly they treated with the Indian soldiers. They were not being promoted, and besides this, they were also given very low salary, and this just angered the British against the Britishers, and the Indian soldiers just revolted against them. The second thing is that General Service Enlistment Act. General Service Enlistment Act, it is also very important. This act was made in 1856, and it was said especially to the soldiers of Bengal. Yes, that the act of 1856 provided that all recruits of the Bengal army should be ready to serve anywhere. Okay, so the soldiers of Bengal, the army of Bengal, was said to serve anywhere. It means that if needed, they can be sent to the other countries for war. Yes, and this angered the soldiers, because according to Hinduism, at that time, the Hindus, they did not want to cross the sea, or they did not want to go to the another country. This was against their traditions, and that's why the soldiers became angered and they just declared war against the Britishers. So this act also proved to be very bad for the Indian soldiers. Yes. The next thing is that faulty distribution of troops. Faulty distribution of troops. It means that in every places the soldiers, the army, the troops were not present. Especially in Delhi and at Allahabad, there were no any army at that time. And everywhere the number of soldiers were also not the same. Yes, and at that time the Britishers were involved in different kind of wars with, we can say, with Chinese, with Afghan, yes, with Persian, and in this way Indians thought that Britishers were just involved in all these kind of wars, and this was a great opportunity for them, because they were disturbed, the Britishers were disturbed, yes, by these wars, and everywhere the soldiers were not the same, so they took advantage of that, and in this way they declared the war against the Britishers. Yes, so this was also one of the military causes. The next thing is that the allowances, the bhattas, okay. So it was also said to the soldiers that those soldiers who were serving in Sindh or Punjab, they would not get any kind of allowances. Yes, so this also angered the Britishers, and they just declared war against their dissatisfaction on such kind of issues. Yes. Then another military cause was their loss of prestige of the Britishers in Afghan war. Okay, so with Afghanistan, with Afghans, Britishers were fighting war, and the first Afghan war was a failure, and in this way the Indians came to know about the weakness of Britishers. Okay, because after the defeat by the Afghans, Indians thought that the Britishers could be defeated. Yes, and that's why they became organized, and they just declared war against the Britishers. So we have discussed that due to poor prospect of promotion and low salary, due to that act which was General Service Enlistment Act. Then we discussed about the faulty distribution of the troops and allowances, and the prestige that the Britishers lost during the Afghan war. All these became the causes, the military causes for the first war of independence. Next we are going to discuss about the immediate cause. The immediate cause for any war, for any kind of revolt, political, social, economic causes remains. Okay, it means in the background of war, in the background of a revolt, three causes exists since much earlier. Yes, okay, but something happens right at that moment which actually just ignites the war or revolt. So we have discussed the political causes, we have discussed economic causes, social and religious causes, military causes. So these were the causes which these were the problems which existed in India much earlier. These problems were not new. These problems actually were growing anger in the hearts of the people since earlier. But what was the main event, what was the main issue that ignited the war immediately? Yes, so this is called the immediate cause, and for we have just discussed that for every war, for every revolt, immediate cause must be there. Okay, so here the immediate cause was the introducing of new infield rifle instead of earlier one that was called musket. Okay, so what was the problem with this rifle? The cartridges were being loaded into the new infield rifle by biting them with teeth, and it was rumored at that time that the cartridges were made of the fat of beef and the pig. Yes, and this actually angered the Hindus and the Muslims. They thought that Britishers wanted to just im- impure the religion of Hindus and Muslims. Yes, these were against the sentiments of religious Hindu and Muslims. Yes, so because we all know that the Hindus they don't eat beef, and the Muslims they don't eat pig, and it was rumored that the cartridges which were being loaded into the rifles after just being biting of those we can say the fats of pig and beef. So actually when we take into our mouth such things, the Hindus and Muslims which were against their religion, this actually angered the soldiers, and they thought that the Britishers just wanted to convert them into Christianity. Yes, so this was the immediate cause. Now they were not going to be stopped. Now they became so angered that they just started revolt against the Britishers, and it started from Barakpur, which was near the Kolkata, and the first soldier was a Brahmin, that was Mangal Pandey. Yes, he belonged to 34th infantry, 34th native infantry. Yes, so Mangal Pandey was the first sepoy, was the first Indian soldier which dared, actually he was a Brahmin, and he just he dared to revolt against the Britishers. So in this way this became the immediate cause, and we can also say it was a military cause also, but at the same time it was the immediate cause also, and in this way just the revolt started. Okay, but he was overpowered. The Mangal Pandey was captured and hanged on 8th April 1857. Yes, so he just revolted. He just showed his capability, guts, courage, and in this way he became a martyr for us on 8th April 1857. And when this news spreaded among the other soldiers, Indian soldiers, all of the soldiers they just lost their temper, okay, and they just started revolting against the Britishers. So in this way we have discussed, completed all the causes, okay, political, economical, then social and religious, then we discussed military causes and the immediate causes. So these were the causes actually which led to the first war of independence. Yes. Now we are going to end for today. In the next topic we will discuss about what happened during the revolt, in which places, who were the leaders who led the movement. Okay, so what happened during the course of revolt we will discuss in the next video. Till then, goodbye, thank you.